Hi everybody and welcome back to the painting channel. Today I've got a little vlog for you and we're going to go from this to this. So let's roll the intro, let's see what it's all about. Welcome back to the channel. Now, as I said earlier, this week is a little bit of a vlog for you. There is actually no painting tutorial for you at all this week, and I hope that during the course of this video it will become clear and you'll understand why that is, and I hope that I will get your forgiveness for not actually putting one out there for you to work to or see or enjoy or learn from. So what's been going on? Well, first off, you'll see that my environment has actually changed quite a bit. Now, I'm going to backtrack 2 or 3 weeks when I had to make a major decision in my life as an artist. Now, that was the fact that I realized that I had this built as a purpose. Now, the garage was already built, but when I moved in, I actually had it all updated, floor put in, the front put in behind me, so the doors all went, and I had it made for a purpose of a railway modeling room. That was my passion, that was my interest, my hobby, and I felt that this would make an ideal layout, and it was. 4 years ago when I started, it was absolutely ace and perfect. So what I then did was I moved into a small room in the home, which is only about 10 by 8. And that became the area that over the course of the last few years where I have done all my filming and all my YouTube videos and all my videos for my Patreon clients as well. And I've had a great time in there. It's been very, very compact, but it has been a great time. And it's morphed. I've changed it, and I will show you bits of that as we go through this vlog and show you how it was. And even though that some of the items there were a little bit crude, put together and a little bit temporary, it actually worked a treat, and it worked very, very well. So I allowed that to be the case for a long, long time while I played on my days off in here on the model railway, and that was just superb. So the thing is that over time I sort of suddenly realized a few months ago that it's not that many years before I actually have to, or at least legally able to retire. And then I thought more about that, and I felt that, you know, I don't really want to be running my gallery. Now, those who know me well know that I have a gallery in the town of Hythe, very nearby to where I live. And I've had that gallery for, well, this is my 12th year now. And I've not only had the gallery, but I've run live classes from their area. And I've also been teaching clients for 12 years as well, students. And I've had a bundle of fun and a lot of treasured memories from that. But I realized that, you know, as I'm getting older, I don't really want to be doing it all the time. And then I felt, well, what am I going to do if I don't do the gallery? Well, the obvious answer is I need to come back to my home and create a proper studio, one that will work, one that I can actually film in, and one that will have sufficient space that I can do whatever I want art-wise and creative-wise, but also have a little bit of room spare to teach a few students that really want to be with me and want to work with me in the future. So I sort of started asking the questions, well, what am I going to do? What's going to have to give? Could I run my model railway with my business? Well, no, the short answer to that is no. It was a no-go. It wasn't going to happen. So finally, about 3 weeks ago, I made the monumental, well, it was for me anyway, monumental decision to turn the trains out of it, as it were, take the layout down. Now I have another model railway YouTube channel called Sandling Junction, and I put a video out on there a few weeks ago announcing my decision. And yeah, this is a very, very sad time from that point of view. 4 years of work actually got torn up in 4 days. I can't believe how all that work went in and so little time to really take it apart. But I've saved it all. The idea being that now I'm going to come into here with my studio, I'm actually going to take over the old room and have a much smaller layout just to keep my hands in the pie, as it were, and still enjoy that hobby. And that's really what I want to do. But that is all on the back burner. And what I'll do is show you different parts of how the room has changed over there and how it's changed in here as well. Now I'm a long way, a very long way from calling this a functioning studio. For a kickoff, the walls are not decorated. I'm not sure if I'm able to afford to do that. What I would like to do is have some stud work off these walls. They're very, very hard to put shelves into. And you'll see that as I pan the camera around. But then to have it all gyprocked or covered with a sound property board which will reduce outside sounds. I had a guy in today to give me a quote on that, and I got a sneaky feeling it's going to be a lot more money than I thought. So it may be that I have to sit on that a while and just live with what I've got, and hopefully the neighbours and their grandchildren all having fun, I know, but hopefully I can pick times when they're not as active as they can be. But that's another thing altogether. But yeah, so the whole of this I've been working on for about 3 weeks now, moving things in one place, taking them from another, a little bit like a caterpillar, where I've sort of done a little bit here, a little bit there, taken something out, put something in, and just slowly move one bit in, another bit out. Now, the other thing I had to do this weekend was the old room had a diabolically 40-year-old carpet. It was the one that was there when we moved in, and it slowly got worse over time, especially with my activities of creating and painting in there as well. So it really got messed up. So I was really, really pleased to get rid of that on Sunday morning. And I literally had enough of the flooring that I used in here, just with a friend had a few boards as well, let me have them. And we just had enough, and I completed a new floor in there. And that meant that I could take all the boxes of memorabilia, records, albums, CDs, train related, believe it or not, 1 or 2 bits of that as well. And they all went in there very neatly, and they will stay there now, out of harm's way. Everything is safe, everything is rescued, very little got damaged on the rip out, as it were. And many of the tables that I had for the trains have now actually been completely revamped. There's a little bit more paintwork going on them, but they've had new tops, they've been stained in, all of these things are being done. And slowly but surely, as the video will show you, slowly but surely this place is starting to change and starting to look more and more like a lovely studio. And I think the idea was that when I've done this, once it's all in place and I've proven that it's working, and I've got all my cameras back where they should be, the lights are up, and I'm working out how to create the new gantries to carry on using the cameras and all these things that I enjoyed over there. So once that's all done, then the decoration, some of you made comment that it's a little bit daggy and a little bit dated. Well, exactly, it's just they are just 18-inch by 4-inch by 12-inch or 9-inch concrete blocks, so it's got an industrial look to it. But actually that's not that bad really. I'm quite enjoying that. But the thing is that for the first time in many, many years, I have a space dedicated just for my art, just to create and film and do all my editing over there and all these things. And I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I know it's a big loss with the trains, but they're not forgotten. They're not lost. I'm going to have a layout in the small room, something that actually I might at one point finish, but that's a long way off yet, and I've got much bigger fish to fry making sure that this is all working. The idea being that either this year, next year, or the year after, whenever I decide the time is right for me to close my gallery permanently in Hythe and bring everything that's there back here, I will be ready to accept that and have everything running on as if it were just a change of address for that weekend to the next weekend. My students will come here and be taught by me, as many as who want to, from that other site in Hythe. So I hope that in the future I will have sort of future-proofed myself a little bit, certainly going on into my older age, and when I want to sort of wind down a little bit, I can please myself when I come here and teach or paint or do anything I want to do. I'm really looking forward to that, I've got to say, because it is such a lovely situation to be in, to have this space that I can actually just call my own art space. I mean, the gallery, yes, it provided certain amount and great for teaching people, but of course it was right next to the main road. It was in a busy street, and delivery vehicles all day long most days, and teaching for a whole day to a lot of students, which is a lot of fun. But it wasn't conducive to creating art en masse, because the front of the shop really and truly had to be kept nice and neat, and the back, obviously I'm not on show, so people don't come in if they don't see somebody there, so it's not very good for actually creating art wholesale. But here, yeah, I can have a whole heap of fun in here. I mean, I've already mapped out where I'm going, and I'll walk you around in a minute, and you'll have seen by now all the bits as it was, the mess, the chaos, the mayhem of boxes, and everything being torn about and ripped up, and how it is right now. And I'll show you. I'm itching to show you, but we're still a long way from active yet. But I've got a place over there where my pastels are going to go. All the way along there, I've got a table that is 2 foot wide, about 18 feet long, where I can stand up and create work, whether it be fixing frames or painting a new frame for a picture that's just come in, or whether indeed I'm doing a pastel along there, whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got a bench that is perfect height for standing, so I'm not always sitting down to create. Never a good thing to sit down all day long when you're working. At least standing up, you're working, but you can walk away, you can get exercise, and you give your muscles a break, as it were. I've got my big easel behind this camera, and you'll see that, in fact you'll probably have already seen it in place, but it's getting a little bit better situated, so that's there. You're sitting, and I'm talking to you from where I will film and do all my stuff in the future. Can't believe how well this looks, how well it's set up. I had to shorten the table from where it was. I brought the old one out and put it in here. Had to shorten it quite a bit to make it all work, but actually, because I have nothing to the left of me when I'm working, I actually have more room than I had before to film in. So that's magnificent, and it really has fitted in well. And all the camera work so far, all the lights are suspended from the ceiling, so I don't have this huge network of timbers that I've already shown you around my head, and trying to avoid this when I get something, or something on the art shelf falling off behind camera. And it happens, it happened too many times. And over there I've got a lovely place set up where I can do all my editing. I've got my printers over there where I can create prints to send out to clients of my artwork. I can't wait to get that all working. It's been so dysfunctional at the gallery over the years because of so many factors, but now it's all here. It'll all be up and running very, very shortly, and I can start sending out prints through my Etsy or through my website for people to buy, and I can print them and I can send them off. How good is that? That's fantastic. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on because I am quite excited. And in the center, I've got a couple of 6 foot tables where I can actually teach students. I can teach 4 to 6 students each week. Well, not each week, 3 lessons a week. So that's 18 to 20 students possibly, if I wish to. And hopefully that people will make themselves available for that. I don't see, I've had lots of people who know what I'm doing have already said that they want to make sure that they are able to be carried on being taught by me in the future. So that is a plus and a win-win for me as well. So what else can I say? Well, there's not a lot really. I'm just going to run you around very, very quickly and finish this already long video off because I want to get it out there and I want to tell everybody what's going on. And as I say, as regards the gallery, not sure when it's going to shut. It might be this year. I doubt it. It's probably going to be next year. I really don't know quite when. But at some point, I'm going to be back here because, yeah, I really am excited about it, I got to say. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Oh, what I will just say is that if you don't get a video next week or the week after, please don't sort of give me a lot of trouble over it. I can't actually film anything right now. I do have a couple of films in the can, but they need time to be edited and sorted, and I'm so full on trying to get this ready so I can actually resume my filming activities. So if I don't get one out to you, please, it'll be the first time in 3 years, or nearly 3 years, the first time I will have ever missed a Friday at 3 p.m. So I hope you're not too hard on me if that happens. I will try, though. I really will try and see if I can keep that momentum going. I've never let it down yet. I'm rather loath to let that happen now. So if it does, hey, I take it on the chin. What more can I do? And I will resume normal activities very, very soon. And as for my patrons, guys, without your help, things like this can't happen. I've recycled so much from the old train layout rooms and from my filming over there, but there's still a certain amount of stuff I've got to buy, and it's your contributions each month to my Patreon that help and enable me to do things like that, to make this transfer across the courtyard, as it were, into a much better building, much better space to hopefully give you much better videos in the future. So thank you guys. Your contributions, your patronage is absolutely fantastic, and I applaud you all and thank you all. Anyway, enough. I will either be here next week or absent for a week or so, but whatever it is, I will soon be back, and I hopefully will enjoy your company again, creating more videos, whether it be plein air, whether it be in here on watercolor. So I look forward to your company very, very soon. In the meantime, whatever you're doing, stay safe, take care, whatever you're up to, enjoy your painting, have fun. Take care, bye-bye, see you all soon. Take care. Oh, and just for the last bit, I said all my goodbyes. I haven't actually shown you where we're at with it at the moment. So I'm going to spin this camera around. I'm just going to do a quick tour so you know where it's at. And you can see that a lot of work has gone into it so far. So, yeah, catch you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. Well, the camera's handheld, but I did promise you a quick tour around as the studio is right now. This is Tuesday evening. And I've been at it for about 3 weeks, 3 weekends, good weekends, and also many evenings until very late to get where we're at right now. So last time you saw this in the video, this was covered in boxes, and the stuff on the wall, the cabinets on the wall were almost being covered up by the amount of boxes on the top. They've all gone, and the cabinets have all gone. Much of it's gone inside for storage because a lot of it was all train related stuff. And the tops have been replaced. I've put some nice new 1/2 inch timber, new plywood on the top of the old, so it thickens it up, and that makes a very nice, very strong work surface. And these have had a lovely coat or two, well actually 3 coats of a nice dark stain, just to set them off against the walls. Whether or not I do all of the walls down to the floor with, as I spoke about earlier, I do not know yet. It just depends on how much money the builder's going to need to get it done. It may be done, it may have to wait, but we shall see. But moving around, this is where eventually my students will be taught. There's a couple of tables under there somewhere, but the amount of stuff that's on that table will soon go. Much of this has got to go back in my camper. Of course, you'll recognize that from the camper van, the Berlingo, and that's only out while I transfer a lot of items in the van from the gallery to here. So that will all disappear very soon, hopefully this weekend. Now here is another table, similarly done to the other ones, a new board on top and 3 coats of stain. This is where my big A2 printer will go on to. It churns out some stonking prints. It's an Epson P800. I know it's been superseded by the P900 now, but it's still a stonking printer when it comes to fine art prints, and that's what I put all my prints through. And those of you who bought prints either through Etsy or indeed through my website, well, that's where they come from. There is a second printer that will go down there. That is another one. It's an older version of Epsom. It's the 2400, which is an A3 Plus. Here, it's a mess right now, to be fair, but this is where I'm going to be doing all my editing. Now, I've got multiple screens there. Some will be used, some may not be. Certainly the old Mac will be, and I may use that to increase a double screen with my laptop. So these are just sitting here safely out the way at the moment. Big scanner, my big A2 scanner, A3 scanner, but it's a big beastie, and it does a great job of converting my paintings into printable material. Here I've just got canvas and tool things, keeping it out the way. Here I've just commandeered an old cupboard, papers, pads, all sorts in there, and a nice place finally for a stereo. Don't worry about the dust, it will be dusted in due course, and it probably will be painted as well. But look at this, this is the bit I really am so pleased about. This is where I'm going to be filming in future. Now, I showed you just an empty space earlier. Well, here it is, pretty much all fully occupied. The carpet as was, cupboard may not stay. I'm not too sure, it's just out the way right now. But here I've got a lovely area to film. You know, I'm going to come around. You can see how I've got my lights all set up. Everything suspended off the ceiling. 2 braces coming down, and that way with the timbers. And then I've got timbers here that are much longer, and they can slide up and down. So they carry the columns for the lights. At the moment, I'm getting some more for the cameras, but I can move them this way and that way without any difficulty. And if I want to clamp them up, I can do that too. So it's quite a nice, easy way to create a film and lighting gantry above your filming desk. If you have, in my case, I've got these nice rafters to go to. But it's not a very difficult thing to do and hasn't cost much money to create it either. So over here, well, I said to you earlier that that's where my pastels are going to go. Here is my oil platform. This is a nice big Maybeth I bought for silly money years ago, but I've loved it ever since, and I bought it new and I've treasured it, and it is a fantastic piece of kit. And I can extend it up on a crank up into the ceiling there. It just clears enough to be able to crank it up and stand and paint, which I'm really excited about. My tabaret, which is a homemade thing pretty much, I converted, upscaled an old cabinet trolley, but it won't sit over there. It's just too big and beefy for that. Cupboard, bookcase, old sketchbooks, ongoing sketchbooks, tons of notebooks, never even been opened, but I want to change all that. But this is where I will sit. This is where I will film, I will paint, and everything is so less cluttered than it was before. I had everything there, and it was so awful to try and get set up each time to do a painting, and if I then had to change the oils, it was even more difficult to do. So I'm really excited about this space. Got a nice window aspect here as well as some lights that these are. I've got plenty of these going around, all LEDs. There you go, guys, that's where it's at right now. So yeah, stay tuned for more. Okay guys, well, I do hope you enjoyed that whistle stop tour around the new studio and in the state that it is right now. And I think you'll agree that I've come on an awful long way to where you saw it earlier in this video. And a lot of work, I've got to say again, has been made and has been done. And it will continue to be done. The decorating and the morphing more than anything else. You come in with a good idea, and a little while into it you think, you know, I can actually do better by doing that there, put that there, and change this and do something else. So these little adaptations over time will occur. Now, I'm not going to keep vlogging it every time I do one. Hopefully, when on the course of my paintings, my videos and things like that, and a few more vlogs in the future as to what I'm doing over in those other spaces, I hope you'll pick up those changes and understand that, yeah, it's a work in progress, as I say. So, for the second time, I'm just going to say, wish each and every one of you all the very, very best. And if you're not a subscriber and you do like the value of the videos that I put out, including this one, I hope, then why not subscribe to the channel? It doesn't cost you anything, doesn't hurt you, but it really does help the channel grow and reach a much wider audience. That would be awesome if you do that. And while you're at it, click the thumbs up and click the bell icon, all those things, and it will tell you every time I upload a new video. And to all my patrons, thanks guys again. Without you, I cannot do things like this. So it's absolutely fantastic. What I will say before I finally go, I had a lovely gift from Rosemary and Company. They actually sent me a bunch of travel brushes and a lovely case to put them in today. So I'm going to give those a try in my next video. So as soon as I'm up and running, look out for that one. A little special on Rosemary and Company's travel brushes. They are awesome. I own a few and I love them to death. So I know you guys are going to love them too. So look out for that video very, very soon coming your way. In the meantime, I'm going to press on. And I will, yeah, get sorted. Take care. Bye-bye. Why that's the case. So I have, stop talking. Going on in my life as an artist. So I start. Today is a little bit of a vlog. Start again then. And hopefully you'll understand during the course of this video, I will start again then. Oh my lord. Okay, let's start again. I just want you to be able to see where I'm at now. I don't like that. Quick tour around the new gallery space. Gallery space? I keep saying that. It's not a gallery.